Well, thanks for staying with us here on Morning Live. Just continuing and wrapping up that discussion with the Department of Basic Education after the department gazetted a set of directions to further provide clarity and guidance on the variety of matters in the COVID-19 environment, and also emphasizing strict adherence to health and safety requirements, confirming the phased return of other grades to school. And we're speaking to the Director General in the Department of Basic Education, Mr. Mathanzima Mweli. Mr. Mweli, just two questions that we wanted to answer, but let's start with the one about parents who are thinking of not sending their children back to school and the rules that they need to adhere to.
Well, there are three options in our directions and our legislation. The first one is that parents with learners who have pre-medical conditions will need to get a report from the doctor and produce the report to the school, and the school will then make arrangements with the school, with the parent to receive education at home. There will be support provided by the school to both the parent and the learner so that the education of the child continues. Option is to apply for home education for those who elect home education. And there's a process in place, and all the information is available on our website and the websites of provincial education departments. There could be parents out of fear and anxiety who might choose not to send their children back to school. They also need to make that application to the provincial head of the department, who will consider it, look at the reasons, and then take the decision to grant or not to grant partial or a full exemption from attending school.
So just to follow up on that, if parents are not granted exemption and they still do not send their children back to school, what will be the sanction for that?
Well, in our laws, children of compulsory school going age 6 up to 15 years, or grade R up to grade 9, by law, they are supposed to be attending school or going through home education. The law requires that that should happen.
And just finally, Mr. Mweli, got some names for us of some of those schools, the 100 schools that didn't open, and where exactly they are located?
No, unfortunately, the information that we get from provinces doesn't provide names. It only provides numbers.
But why wouldn't you provide names? Because surely you would need to address the situations to try and get those schools open speedily.
Well, if you run a system of 25,000 schools, if you have to get specific names, at circuit and district level, they would have the names. At national level, we work with the numbers. And what is significant for us is that is there alternative arrangements for those learners who could not get their schools reopened, and that information we have as well. That alternative arrangements were made for learners to attend schools where schools were running.
Mr. Mathanzima Mweli, let me stick to my promise. Those were the two questions I was going to ask you, so let's leave it there for this morning. Thanks so much. Mr. Mweli is the Director General for Basic Education, talking to us about COVID-19 infections and, of course, concerns, as well as the department's recently gazetted directions for schools as the phased reopening continues. Right, let's take a break before we carry on with the rest of the program.